It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am building something from the Netflix TV series Squid Game. If you've not watched the show, it is about people dire in need of money, and these people come out and try and get you to join this game where you play these little kid games, and every round you pass you get money, and the only downside is if you lose you die. I'm not going to spoil anything for you if you've not seen it or if you haven't seen the newest seasons, but as a prop maker sitting down to watch TV with my wife, my mind immediately goes to, ooh, I should build that, ooh, I should build that. And that's kind of the premise of this build today. So as I was watching season 3, a dagger was introduced in one of the games, and I thought, I'm going to make that. So that is what today is. I've been asked to play this, what's it called? Dakji game. It's like a piece of paper, you throw it at the ground, and how much money? I don't know what the conversion of win is to US. Oh, we're gonna make that money in that prop. Let's get to building. So I got this kit on Amazon that had some of the games played on the show that I thought would be fun to try as we go along with this build. This game is called Dakji, and it's simply flipping over your opponent's folded piece of paper with your own. My generation played a similar game here in America called Pogs. If you know, you know. Anyways, down in the description is a template for the knife if you'd like to build it yourself. All the parts are labeled with the size foam that I used for each part. Don't forget to look at the cover letter of the pattern, as it has other information that you may need. I trace my template onto various thicknesses of EVA foam and use a 24mm EVA dowel for the handle and a 15mm half dowel for the guard details. The kit came with this business card similar to what you see in the show. I believe in Korean it says join the game again, or at least that's what the translator on my phone said. Back to the build. Here I am cutting out all the parts. I like to rough cut them into smaller manageable pieces and use both hands to trim the part. One hand will guide the blade while the other repositions the foam for cleaner pulls through the material. If your cuts are rough, that's okay. All you have to do is sand them later with a rotary tool to even them out. The better you get at cutting, the less you have to clean up. This game is called Flying Stone, in which the player at 10 feet away must knock over the tombstone-shaped rock with another rock. I felt like this one may be the one easiest for me because there's no telling how many hours as a kid I used to set empty Coke cans up on a fence post and try and knock them off with rocks. To join all my parts, I'm going to use contact cement for the larger portions and super glue for the smaller bits. While I'm waiting on the contact cement to set up, which generally takes a couple of minutes until it's no longer wet to the touch. I shape the details on the pommel with my rotary tool. Once parts are attached, I even off the edge and move on to the smaller parts next. Make sure when you're sanding EVA foam to wear a respirator and work in a well-ventilated area, as you don't want to breathe in the particles.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So my handle here is a 24mm EVA dowel with 2mm foam wrapped around the dowel twice to get closer to the thickness that I needed. Now I'm attaching the main parts of the blade and guard, the handle, and the pommel together with contact cement. Once in place, I can add the little overlay details to my guard area. I carved my jewel that goes on the guard out of foam, but you could just as easily use fake plastic jewels or 3D print if you wanted to. I just wanted mine to be 100% foam. And as this is a small knife, I'm getting away with no support wires. The blade foam you'll notice is a different color than the rest. It's because it's a more dense foam that will hold up and limit the amount of bending that it does. This game is called Jeggy. It's typically played with your feet, similar to how I remember playing hacky sack back in the day. You kick it up in the air and try to get more kicks than your opponent, or you can try to keep it up in the air for a certain amount of kicks as a group. This part of the build is not on the template. I cut out 2 small strips of 4mm foam for the top and bottom of the handle, and then cut strips of 2mm foam to spiral down the handle in between those points. I think in total I used 5 strips to spiral. I used super glue for this bit so that I could have a second or two to position it as the glue sets up, working my way down. Two coats of Plasti Dip, then I hit the handle with an aqua blue spray paint. This is a spinning top. A length of rope is attached to the top and the bottom of the top, and the objective is to get it to spin. Surprisingly, I was able to wrap it like I'm supposed to, but throwing it on a work table at waist height did not give me much room to work, meaning I launched it into the wall next to my work table. To limit the amount of hand painting I had to do on the spiral portion and the arrow, I'm going to tape off and spray paint this pink. I know if I do it with acrylic, I would be here half a day with shaky hands putting on 4 or 5 layers just to get good coverage and to cover up all my over paints.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
The last game here is Gongji, what I'm assuming is the Korean equivalent of jacks. These little weighted dice are cast on the table, and then you have to throw a single dice up in the air, scoop up various amounts as you go through the rounds. I surprisingly made it to round 3 with a camera in between my face and the table. This seems to require the most amount of skill, and that last round where you gotta flip it up on your hand and then catch it, super difficult. The last step of my prop was to simply hand paint the blade with silver rubber buff and paint the jewel with an iridescent bluish green acrylic paint. My plan for this build is to incorporate the dagger along with all the games into a shadow box for display that I will make in another build. If you're interested in seeing that, please let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed this build, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, not too bad. It's definitely something that you could build in, say, a day. I do have a free template. It's down in the description below, but yeah. And it's con safe because it's 100% foam. Maybe you will try and make one of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to pull something from a show that you watch on television, bring it into the real world, and then just kind of poke a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Probably not a good idea. Maybe you'll get some.
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. What's that? Oh, a cookie. For me? Thanks. What? Oh, I probably don't need that. It's kind of like peanut brittle without the peanuts. Supposed to what?
Player 001. Much props has been eliminated.
If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.